Welcome back, students. Dear students, in this session, I would like to share the topic degrees of freedom and also law of equipotation of energy. Let us see the degrees of freedom. What do you mean by degrees of freedom? It is defined as the total number of independent variables required to specify the position and configuration of the particles completely, or it is also defined as the number of independent coordinates required to specify its position in space completely. That means you can specify the position of the particle in space completely and independently. That is known as degrees of freedom. Let us see. You can better understand the degrees of freedom like this. A point moving along a curved path has only 1 degree of freedom. A point moving along a curved path has only 1 degree of freedom. Similarly, a housefly moving on a stretched string has only 1 degree of freedom. It is because we can completely specify its motion or position with only one coordinate. That means only one axis. However, when the housefly moves on the floor or side wall, the number of its degrees of freedom increases to 2. That means the flies moves on the floor along x-axis as well as along y-axis, hence the degrees of freedom will be 2. Similarly, when the housefly flies in the room, that means inside the room, if the housefly flies, its motion is 3-dimensional. And we will require 3 coordinates, that is x, y and z, to specify its position. Here the flies moves along x-axis, also along y-axis, also along z-axis. That is, the number of degrees of freedom will be 3. How many degrees of freedom does a randomly moving molecule of monatomic gas, for example helium, argon or krypton, these are all monatomic gas. How many degrees of freedom does a randomly moving molecule of monatomic gas have? If you are thinking that it has 3 translational degrees of freedom, you have visualized its motion correctly. Let us see how we can verify the degrees of freedom for monatomic gas, diatomic and triatomic or polyatomic. Here the general formula is there to identify the degrees of freedom of a molecule. That is written as F equals 3 into N minus R, where F is the degrees of freedom and N is the number of particles in the system. and R, small letter R, it is the number of constraints in the system or number of independent relations among the particles. Number of independent relations among the particles. By using this relation or formula, you can identify easily the degrees of freedom in a given gas. Let us see for monatomic gas. Monatomic means the gas having only the single molecule. For example, neon, helium, etc. Here in this case, N is, that is number of particles in the monatomic gas is 1. Here showing the diagram here. Here X, Y, Z, the coordinate system here. For example, neon, it has only one particle, that is N is equal to 1. Only one atom is there. Then, what is the value of R? Number of independent relations among the particles. Here the number of independent relations is 0. That means number of constants will be 0. That is R is equal to 0. Therefore, degrees of freedom F is equal to 3 into N is 1 minus R is 0. Then 3 into 1, 3. Hence, monatomic gas has 3 degrees of freedom. That means it has only the one translational kinetic energy. Since it has the velocity along x-axis, y-axis and z-axis, hence it has 3 degrees of freedom. Here this monatomic gas travel along x-axis and also along z-axis, also along y-axis, and 3 translatory motion. Hence degrees of freedom will be 3. Let us see for diatomic molecule. Diatomic means 2. Here example is hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen and carbon monoxide, etc. In this case N is 2. Here for diatomic molecule, it acquires a dumbbell shape like this. Dumbbell shape. Here N will be 2. N will be 2 and R will be 1. Therefore, F is equal to 3 into 2. That is F is equal to 3N minus R. That is 3 into 2 minus 1. R is 1. 3 into 2, 6. 6 minus 1 is 5. Hence, degrees of freedom will be 5. That means it has translational as well as rotational kinetic energy. It has rotational kinetic energy about 2 axes. About x-axis, about z-axis I have shown here. Because along y-axis they acquire a dumbbell shape. Hence, it has rotational kinetic energy about 2 axes. That is x and y, x and z, which are perpendicular to its own axis, and 3 degrees of rotational freedom. Hence, diatomic gas has 5 degrees of freedom. Let us see for triatomic molecule. In this case, we have taken non-linear molecule. For non-linear molecules, gas molecules, that is H2S and SO2. Here in this case, N is 3. N is 3. Here, X, Y and Z axis. Here it has 3 molecules. Here along X, Z and Y axis. R is 3. Therefore, F is equal to 3 into 3 minus R is 3. Then it becomes 9 minus 3. It is equal to 6. That means it has 3 degrees of rotational. 3 degrees of rotational. Here along the x-axis, about x-axis. Here it is about y-axis. Here about z-axis. Hence, it has 3 degrees of rotational motion and 3 degrees of translation motion. And also it has 3 degrees of translational. Here along y-axis is there, along z-axis, along x-axis. Hence it has 6 degrees of freedom. Totally it has 3 degrees of rotational motion and 3 degrees of translation motion. Hence totally 3 plus 3 is equal to 6. Let us see for linear triatomic molecule. Example is carbon dioxide and CH2. Here n is equal to 3 in this case and R is equal to 1. N is 3, number of molecule will be 3 triatomic, but it is linear along same straight line. But in previous case that is non-linear. Here it is linear. Then F equals 5. That means it has 2 degrees of rotational. It has only the 2 degrees of rotational along Z and Y. And 3 translational freedom. That means along X, Z and Y. Hence it has 5 degrees of freedom, which is same as that of diatomic gas molecule. This is about degrees of freedom. Next we switch over to law of equipartition of energy. That is statement and derivation. Let us see the statement. The thermal energy of a system is equally divided amongst all active degrees of freedom, and the mean energy associated with each degrees of freedom is of kT. Here the thermal energy of entire system is equally divided, that means distributed amongst all active degrees of freedom, and the average energy associated with each degree of freedom of a molecule will be of kT. That is the statement. Let us see the derivative part. For this, you should take the kinetic theory of gas, assumption of kinetic theory of gases also. According to kinetic theory of gases, the mean kinetic energy of a gas molecule at a temperature T is given by of mc square equals 3 by 2 kT. Where m is the mass of the molecule and c is the velocity of the molecule, and k is the Boltzmann's constant and T is the absolute temperature of the system. You know that if U, V and W are the components of the velocity of gas molecule in 3 mutually perpendicular directions, then C square equals U square plus V square plus W square. This is according to Maxwell's distribution law of velocity. Hence all the 3 molecules or 3 components of the gas molecules will be mutually perpendicular direction, like this C square equals U square plus V square plus W square. As X, Y and Z are all equivalent, mean square velocities along 3 axes are equal. If X, Y, Z are all equivalent, then the mean square velocities along 3 axes are equal. Therefore, U square equals V square, which is also equal to W square. All the 3 component velocities of the system will be equal. Hence, U square equals V square, which is equal to W square, which is also equal to 1 by 3 C square. Because of MC square is equal to 3 by 2 kT. Therefore, it is equal to 1 by 3 c square, or 1 by 2 mu square, which is equal to 1 by 2 mv square, is equal to 1 by 2 mw square. Therefore, of mc square equals 3 into of mu square, 3 into of mu square, which is also equal to 3 into of mv square, which is also equal to 3 into of mw square. Therefore, we know that of mc square is equal to 3 by 2 kt. Therefore, the above equation, in the previous slide, we know that 1 by 2 mu square is equal to of mu square is equal to of mw square, which is equal to 1 by 2 kt. Because in the previous equation, this is 3 into something value. Hence, we can equate this one. We got 1 by 2 kt. Therefore, the average kinetic energy associated with each degrees of freedom will be of kt. The mean energy or average kinetic energy associated with each degrees of freedom is equal to 1 by 2 kt. That means of kt. Thus, the energy associated with each degree of freedom, whether translatory or rotatory, is of kt. This represents the theorem of equipartition of energy. Hence, the energy equally distributed, that is of kt. For example, average kinetic energy of monatomic molecule, if you take a monatomic gas, then it will be monatomic gas having 3 degrees of freedom. Here you just multiply 3 with of kt, the equipartition of energy of kt. 3 into of kt, that is equal to 3 by 2 kt. In the same way, for diatomic molecule, the average kinetic energy is, for diatomic gas molecule having degrees of freedom is 5. Just multiply 5 for this equipartition of energy, that is of kt. You got 5 by 2 kt. Average kinetic energy of polyatomic molecule, that means for triatomic having 6 degrees of freedom, that is non-linear. For non-linear molecule, you just multiply 6 degrees of freedom with of kt, you got 3 kt. This is about the of equipartition of energy. Suppose energy associated with 1 gram molecule of gas, just 1 gram molecule of a gas, then the energy will be Na into 3 by 2 kt, where Na is the Avogadro's number. The average energy is 3 by 2 kt, that is equal to 3 by 2 NaK into T. Here Na into K, the product of NaK is replaced with R. Hence 3 by 2 RT. This is the energy associated with 1 gram molecule of a gas. That's all. Thank you.